If you've got an Audi A4 and you're about to change the oil for the first time, don't make the mistake that this owner did. This line and this line is not the maximum and minimum mark. The maximum and minimum marks are here and here. So the owner of this car topped up oil until it came here and then drove home. The car now sounds like a bag of nails, and just to compound the matter, what they did was they put in this oil here, about 3 litres of that oil on top of what was already in there. And what should go in this car is Castrol Edge 530, and on the back of it you'll see it's a 504 VW 504, which doesn't matter what brand you put in, but ideally that's what you want to see on any oil you put in. So the first thing we're going to try and do is drain the oil out of this car, change the filter, put the right amount of oil back in it, and see if it sounds any better. But I suspect by now things like the rods might be bent, the catalytic converter might be knackered, PCV valve and all sorts of things. But anyway, let's try. The oil sump bolt is here. For some reason it was covered in a whole load of silicone, so I don't know if somebody did that to stop it leaking before. We're going to take that bolt out, get the old oil out. Okay, I'm going to do the last bit by hand. This gold oil is going to come flying out. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Right, first try to get the sump bolt out. I assumed it was somebody had put silicone or something in there, but looking at this is just a sludge, either of mixing those two oils or just a sludge buildup. But that is not good, because that in the engine, I mean, I can't imagine what that has done to the engine. That's like rubber. So maybe a rubber seal is just integrated in there, or maybe that's just a sludge. But whatever caused that is not good. Okay, drained the oil from the car. The next thing to do is change the filter, which is down there. To do that, we move the water tank. It's held on by just 2 clips here and 1 screw. Just undo the screw here and lift it out the way. Be careful when you do so, because there were 2 wires there and I managed to break one of them. The particular filter was stuck solid, so I went and bought myself a filter wrench. Cost £6.50 from Euro Car Parts. So what you do is you just wrap that around the filter and then just screw it off that way. I don't know how it works, but it seems to work quite well. When you come to take that filter off, it's going to be full of oil, so make sure you've got a pan or cardboard or something. I've got the old filter out. This is the new filter. Have a look at them, make sure they're similar, which these are. Before you put the new filter on, really important, make sure you half fill it with oil. Put some oil around that gasket there so it's easy to get off next time. New filter's on. When you come to put the new filter on, just use 2 hands to screw it on. The man filters actually have a serrated bottom, so it's much easier to screw them on. The filter that came off had a very smooth bottom, difficult to get off. Just use your hands. If it does leak after you've tested the car, you can always tighten it later with a wrench if you need to. Filter in, put the header tank back on. Remember, there's 1 clip here, 1 clip here, and it goes in at an angle forwards like that, and then it just screws in 1 Phillips screw here. Last job, put the oil back in. Remember, Castrol Edge 530 is the right oil for an Audi petrol engine, automatic 1.8 turbo. Just remember, you can always add more oil to a car. I've added 4 litres to this car, and you can see, we might be able to see, it's actually up to the maximum level already, and that could be because this car was overfilled before. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start this car up and let the oil get to temperature, let the car get to temperature without moving it. Before, it was sounding like a bag of nails, and there's just a slim chance that by actually putting the right oil in it and draining out the excess oil, the hydraulic lifters etc. will settle down to where they were. So wish me luck. I'm going to start the car and hope for the best. Have a listen to that.